Yeah, there's one rage in the middle, and I didn't call out the spread, so.
No, everyone was spread.
The rage just needs to move slowly and intentionally in that situation so people can tell.
Basically, if anyone's behind the rage target, it's just get out of his way so he can move backwards or outward or wherever.
So
usually just clearing it so they can strafe to the left or right of the boss is usually best.
Anything up to square is fair game.
Yes,
As far as positioning.
You want to be between square and skull.
So I think range can spread out a little bit more. I was right on the boss, just panicking. The whole time.
Yeah, there was a lot of those lines like on top of melee, and they had to move around a lot.
Yeah.
No, once again, that was a great phase 1 and most of phase 2.
Let's not fuck up and die on like the first cone here like we usually do. Let's try something new.
No.
Well, you just jinxed us, so.
You can't jinx the future. Like it happens every time.
You believe in destiny.
I never really played that game. I watched my roommate though.
I'm sure you can watch it for 30 minutes and get the gist.
What are we waiting on here?
I don't know, man. My fucking dick ain't getting any smaller. Let's go.
Are you trying to do stream albums? Because it's not working for me either.
Oh, it's working perfectly for me.
Oh, alright. Let's go then.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aggro. 4, 3.
Melee spread.
1.
The might of sea and sky must aid our champions, Golganet.
Buff.
Starkle. Okay, he's got it.
Delay.
You move just a little bit, Kita. Perfect.
Grab that shit.
I can't hit the boss. Can I move in a little bit?
We just need to grab it.
Bruh.
4.
Melee spread.
Spread. 1.
I got gift. Yep.
Delay.
Shockwave.
I got him.
Second pot.
5 and 5.
Got him.
Shockwave.
Grab and spread.
4, 3. Spread. 1. Stack.
Reposition.
Got him.
Shockwave.
7 and 2.
Ah, crap.
I need escort.
Target.
Or somebody. I don't know who I'm with.
I'm with him. I can escort both anyway.
We're gonna need
Keep running. Keep running.
Boss in the fucking boonies.
Yeah, you can get it in fog.
Let the fury of the sea wash away.
Alright.
Pushed.
4, 3. Spread.
Wherever I have an orb with, that was phenomenal. Great job.
That was me.
It's a gold star rune.
Start spreading.
4, 3. Spread your step. 1.
4, 3,
Reposition.
2, 1.
Cut him.
As a team.
Yeah, we went a little faster.
Spread.
Get a DPS up.
No.
Oh, need on healer.
Watch your step.
Next one's also a spread.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Target
There we go.
All right. Sacrificing.
soon.
Get by square.
4, 3, 2.
Dying.
All right, spread, roar, spread.
Red Star Call. Red Star Caller Tour.
Call, please.
Get him up. Personals, Hellstones. Is there a rage in a raid?
Oach was close, but I didn't see anybody in his area.
Yeah, I don't think I hit anybody.
Okay.
I didn't
Keep
see
going.
that.
Focus.
It's gonna be a bomb heal tally.
Gotta ask.
I'm gonna need an escalator.
Suiciding.
All right, I'm following you, man. Wait.
Get in front of Skull.
Got him.
Spread this burst up.
Got him.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, spread.
4, 3.
You can go in.
Revs in 1 second.
Got him.
Where's the healer?
Watch your
You got this, Lucky. 3%.
I don't think we can get a third bomb.
That was a 4-3.
That was a fourth. Yeah.
What?
That
Third?
was two. We should push it by then. We
Yeah, somebody did.
Yeah, we had somebody dead.
I meant third suicide.
So
yeah.
I think I just died to damage using personals and stuff.
Yeah, so did I.
Not complaining, but is there like what bomb was that where I died? I'm not.
2 or 3, I think, because we both got it.
Yeah, is there like a do we need to have like pop a like mini external on those people then? Because I used everything I had, but I got raped and I was getting heals.
So part of it is you guys. Star Call was down there and he had just gotten rezzed.
Yeah. Dumsha,
Okay.
you had fear on you too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that's what killed me was the fear and the.
Yeah, this strat requires the healers to be alive. So
Okay, I wasn't bitching. I just didn't know if that was a thing. Do we have like little mini cooldowns we can put on the fear people there?
The one that you, that Mad got, I think I had it and I was on the opposite side of the room because I had to go there. Or I was escorting.
No, that
Garbs.
was me, or I think it was me that I saw it.
Well, you got Soul Burst. I got Bomb.
Oh, you're talking about. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the fear.
Another thing on the spreads, you all have to be aware of everything around you, not just which buff you get. If you notice that you're by yourself, you don't get anything, but the person next to you has fear. It's not, oh, screw him, run into the group. It's, hey, let me get into your circle and let's walk together. Like stuff, you have to notice stuff around you. So people have to be way more cognizant of more than what just they have.
You have to be friends.
So make sure that every time we do a spread for the debuffs, look around you, see who all has what.
And it's better if the DPS escorts, because the range possibilities. If I'm going to escort to X, I can't heal anybody past the middle.
Yeah. And there's also time too, like people who get the burst, the smaller one, you can wait a couple seconds and it's not going to go off before you reach the marker. So a couple seconds that some people can look, be like, hey, I got you, let's go. Same thing on that first group, like don't race to the back.
4,
Don't outrange yourself immediately.
1. Aggro.
So the
Never
problem
spread.
with that first group, though, is that if we take our time, the bomb goes off before we get to the back.
is that what killed Drugel?
Yeah, but really, so we were still moving when it went off, so we weren't all stacked, right?
Okay, so we just move a little faster next time.
Delay.
Got him.
Grab.
Shockwave. 4.
Melee spread.
Spread. 1.
You got both.
It's always on the other side of wherever you are, Slayer.
Delay.
Shockwave.
Can you take 4?
Second pop.
Got him.
5 and 5.
Shockwave. 4.
Grab and spread.
Spread. 1.
Got him.
Stack.
Reposition.
Womp.
Start. Oh, yeah, get Star Call.
One dead Star Call.
Shockwave.
Yeah, we're gonna need him.
7 and 2. Wait to take that. Wait to take that.
Ah, crap.
Push the buff. Grab the buff.
We just lost.
Swipe. Swipe.
Wipe it up. This is phase 1 still.
Yeah, it's a lot safer to rise right there on that intermission rather than risk just losing it immediately.
Like we pushed them a lot quicker there.
We have an extra DPS and we're mostly not dying early now. So, how much higher are you doing as DPS? What were you doing as tank, Keto? Like 1.1 or something?
If I was going hard, 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah, so like on average by 1 then.
Yeah, so look at healing meters that attempt. You can see the raid did a bad job.
I deleted healing meters. They're not important.
Yeah, I don't enable that module.
Really?
It's a
the
waste
biggest
of
thing on my
memory.
screen.
Waste of memory.
I mean, 50% of my screen is raid frames, and the other 50% is my healing meters. I have a little spot open near my feet so I can see underneath me.
And one button is just revival, right? That takes up a fourth of your screen.
No, that's my essence fun.
Secret to healing is have dumb shots bar bigger than everybody else's.
Oh shit!
Listen, I'm
Shots
just better
fired.
at staying alive than Tesla, so you can heal me.
You're the Amethyl's buddy, keeping you alive.
I don't get 1 shot. I get 2 shot. I give you 1 GCD.
Actually, props to Tesla. Has not died on pull yet. Very proud.
Now you just cursed him.
Well, he's cursed now.
Goodbye.
All right, let's get back to phase 2.
2. 1. Aggro. Stand.
Everybody tricks Tesla.
Melee
No,
spread.
phase 2.
Spread. 1.
The might of sea and sky must aid our champions, Golganet.
Delay.
I got him.
Grab.
Shockwave.
You guys got enough room?
Yeah.
If anything, I'd move a little bit sooner next time,
Runner.
but it was alright.
Melee spread.
1.
Got him. Oh, I got the buff. I should have waited.
That was my bad.
Oh,
That's a
who
blight
put
man.
that
Nope,
blight-
that was all me.
50 flasks.
Wipe it up. The real secret to healing is keeping Tor's bar bigger.
So it was gripping him out of the raid. Is that what I should have done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Effie, step it up.
So I know.
He's still down.
So I had the early blight, and somebody was coming back and standing on top of me, so I tried to roll to the side. The side was not forward. So, yeah.
You bond-tarded.
Actually, nobody died, so
Well,
y'all just lost focus.
The buff was in a really shitty spot.
I think it was a slippery slope on that one.
I watched the entire thing.
Are you sure you can see it?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aggro.
Melee spread.
4, 3. Spread. 1.
The might of sea and sky
Stack.
must aid our champions, Golganet.
Delay.
I got him.
Grab.
Yeah, that was close. I've forgone, like, I've just not taken the buff to try to stop you from getting 4 there.
I mean, that was 4 with nothing but iron first, so I'm not blowing cooldowns on it.
Melee spread.
1.
Judging by that, you probably should.
Crap.
Delay.
That was my bad.
Alright, everyone needs some rage.
That's way
Uh,
The boss just turned a
I
little bit.
taunted too early.
Oh.
Yep.
Alright.
Claim your prize.
Yeah, after that third, just get ready to run, because as soon as my buff drops, I'm just going to taunt him.
Okay. I'll crowd his hitbox a little more too. I'm like out in front of him.
Yeah.
Get Hellstones if you need them.
Don't use Hellstones, they heal alloy.
Man, those are like Nighthold strats right there.
Wait, are these alloy health stones or Skurlock health stones?
Nah,
In
just all Warlock.
Nighthold, we went out of our way to fuck Alloy because he was so much.
I mean,
Warlock
you
was so busted then.
Soul Mirror.
4, 3, 2, 1. Aggro.
melee spread.
4, 3. Spread. 1.
The might of sea and sky must aid our champions, Golganet.
Delay.
Got him.
Grab it.
Shockwave. 4, 3.
Melee spread.
Spread. 1.
Ah, crap.
Delay.
Shockwave.
I got him.
Soul Blade melee.
Everyone lived, it's okay.
Not everyone.
Star call up when it's safe.
Star call died.
Second pot. 5 and 5.
Got him.
I'm gonna revival on this one.
Shockwave.
Or no, not never mind. We lived.
Grab and spread.
3. Spread. 1.
Reposition.
Got him.
You got 2 down, Alloy.
Still go, still go.
Ah, crap.
You know,
7
that's
and
good.
2.
Ah, crap.
Discord's got some.
I'm with you.
I have the rage, so you're
White.
on the other side.
Yeah, now it's white.
So, who is fucking up Blights? Like, we gotta figure this out, because it's a little silly. Bontar, could you see who that one was on there that was in the wrong spot?
Not to interrupt Bontar, but I know a couple times when I got Blight, the person, whoever was behind me, would not go all the way back. And not that, I mean, I know we're all trying to DPS, but they would just kind of like stop halfway here, and I'd kind of get fucked. Could have been my fault too, but whoever was getting the one that should go all the way back was never getting it, whether it be me or the person behind me. I know that's what fucked me.
Judging by who was counting down, because it happened before Starcall died.
Yeah, I needed an escort. I should have called, but I was already out there and it got bad.
But yeah, but you weren't dying because the blight was in melee. So in that case, it would have been Polycop. It's the only other person that was counting down at the time.
Yeah,
First
Palicop-
Blight, I don't know.
Palicop was out of the raid.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, I had fear and I was waiting for an escort to go further back, but I died with Blight on me.
Wow, Alloy.
I mean, the good news is I'm not showing deaths to Fog, which means you're doing a good job getting out of the plate, so. Also
Just
makes it
need
harder.
more
But
looks
also,
like.
yeah. This is the downside not having a third tank, is the raid needs to pay attention and cover escorts.
Been trying to cover right hand side for escorts, but doesn't always work.
Look at Houston going on a run.
Yeah, about time. They started off down like 16-0.
Oh, they're up 10 with a minute left in the second.
Check your flask, Cloud. You got 8 minutes left.
Yeah, I guess the Beast Mastery Hunters would be prime escort.
Yep.
Yeah, Rhea is an escort, if you guys didn't know.
Whoa.
Jimmy?
Whoa.
Hey.
I can usually try to escort
Hey,
as well.
it's legal in Australia.
No spread.
4, 3, spread. 1.
The might of
Stat.
sea and sky must aid our champions, Golganet.
Delay.
Got him.
Grab.
Shockwave. Four, 3, running.
Melee spread.
Escort.
1.
Escort Tor. Never mind, I'm good. I'm good. Get away from me.
Crap.
Delay.
Shockwave.
Got him.
Tesla's got like a 5 stack or something. Be careful.
He was popped and cocooned.
There's no healing through that.
No.
How'd he get a 5-star?
I was
Five
I was
and
dropping
five.
blight and got fear.
Alright, clear, clear, clear.
Soul Blight
Oh, that
and I need
Oh,
a.
I
I'm
have
escorting. I'm escorting.
Thanks, buddy.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
4, 3,
Grab
Thank
and
you for that.
spread.
spread.
Spread out. Look around you. Reposition.
Got him.
Shockwave.
7 and 2.
Use your other pot if you haven't yet.
Sorry, healers.
Push the boss.
Got him.
Let the fury of the sea wash
Four.
away this.
Move away so you can get the crit buff there. Effie's
It's gone.
too late now.
Can Tesla pop once this goes away?
Nope.
It's
No
down.
on.
Okay.
In 3 minutes he can, so if we're doing well, he'll be able to.
Remember, save reses for healers here.
Spread. Spread out.
Lend these
3,
mortals your
spread. Watch your
Look around you.
There's
Look
second
around
round.
you.
3, 2,
Talk.
1.
Alright, help out, help out, help out.
crap.
Got him.
Spread. You guys are spreading here. Diamond and next. There's an escort
Escorting,
on
escorting.
diamond. Good job.
Watch your step.
We got the big spread here.
Got him.
Sacking
2, 1.
Targeting.
Alright, I'm dying.
escort needed for diamond.
Escort also needed.
Yeah.
Soon.
Moving
I'm out of the
along.
raid. I'm dying. 3, 2, 1.
I got no cool.
I got him.
4,
Be healing
Just
the
do
raid.
that.
2.
Alright, start spreading. Start spreading now.
We have a res 1 toss. No, toss on Starcall. Get him up.
Alright, reposition. Look at escorts
Yeah,
needed.
escort.
Escort and diamond.
Got him.
I'm like, oh god, I'm there if you need me.
Got him.
4, 3,
It's gonna be a bomb here. This group, heal the bomb up. Right now. Start call.
Gather as quickly as you can.
Oh,
Get behind square.
Watch your step.
Alright.
Got him.
Personals,
It's
you
gonna
have
be
one
2
healer.
bursts.
Problems left.
luck loosely.
4,
Start
Nice.
getting get ready to
Can you
spread.
take another
Get
one?
ready to spread.
Sure.
Ready to spread. Spread now. Spread now.
Push, 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 push.
Alright,
We got it. We got it. We got it.
Wow.
Position.
Stack up, kill
Time to
yourself.
die. Time to die.
Stack
Get,
up,
get,
die.
stack up,
Die.
die.
No, Moosely don't stack.
We
Too
did
late.
it, boys.
You want them to all die ASAP?
Alex,
I
change
started
angry Simon.
explaining real quick.
Clear
Okay,
Discord.
can you
Clear
explain
Discord.
this whole fight real quick?
Alright,
Oh,
so the
could you
first
call
one-
out the sides?
Alright, so first thing that's going to happen here when we get res, we're just going to stay here DPSing, kick at the last second. We'll have mad kick at the last second. What's going to happen is after the kick, you're going to tank the boss. Here, I'll show up the link here.
We're alive.
But I was dead.
This is cooler looking.
Yeah, because it's red. Red is always cooler.
Come on, keep it clear. I want to hear what's going on.
We haven't
I think I just got twisted around. We need to go
res here,
right
right?
there. You will res Tesla. I will tell you when you suicide. Everyone, when this comes up, we are resing. Everyone is resing.
Within these mortals.
Except for me. Right?
Yes, get up there. Don't hit the damn things.
One tank stays dead.
Jesus fuck. Who hit that?
DPS away. When we kick, the raid is going to go to diamond, and the boss is going to go to triangle. Kick now. Raid to diamond now. Get ready to dodge the sides. Come here to diamond. Get
Don't be
here.
in front, don't be in
Everyone
front.
here.
How the hell did?
Everyone here. Okay, now you go into the open. Go on top of the moving blade. Go on top of the moving blade. Let's
You
go
can
and go
release
to not
circle.
go into the open one. Not go in the open spots. Okay.
Ow.
Fred. 1.
I need to move this markers here.
Look at all the orbs.
4, 3, 2.
All right.
A lot of people got saved.
We did it though.
That's
I'm gonna
53%.
use- What markers do we not have using? I need to put better markers here. So we're using. I cleared them by mistake. I did not mean to do that, but
Alright, so hold on, let me put them back out.
I'm not going to release because I need to put the marker here. If you want to start looking at phase 3, guys, the Angry Simon is up. That is what we're doing in order.
Okay, I put my markers back down.
Tor hit the abomination thing.
A what?
Okay.
The little shawl thing. You ran into it.
Yeah, it was me.
All right, so do this.
Actually, Ali, while we get that sorted, why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Yeah, 5-minute break. Because we need to. The tree is over here. We need to be here, and we need to be back moving this way. This way. So on the second chains, we're near the tree. So it has to be. It's going to be first chains. It's going to be module first chains, and then on the second module, then the second chains is when we're going to suicide, and the tree should be here, ish.
Why is the tank remaining dead? You're slayer.
No, nobody's. What you're going to do is that you're going to. The way that this is going to work is that we cannot get Titan Forging. No, I mean the first tank is dead after you basically take your 5 stacks and then you stay dead until I'll go over it. When we're back from the 5-minute break, I'll go over it because I need to actually have a time to talk about the phase. We can't just go blindly into it and me call it out as we do it the first time. That was impossible.
Yeah, important part is we made it.
But we did hit phase 3 somehow.
Did you ever link, did I miss it, phase 3 that you wanted us to watch, Aloe? Or should I just watch it?
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm pulling it up now, but I don't know which one to watch.
Yeah, I'm trying to. This was one that I had.
Yeah, I do know that maybe not initially, but in phase 3 with only 2 tanks, that a huge part of your job when you're not tanking is going to be soaking the orbs.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But Angry Assignment said stay dead, so I stayed dead.
Yeah, no, I didn't have time to clarify it. I meant the first tank is dead after the orb bait. So it goes Blades, Sargeras, orb bait, then first. The whole thing is in chronological order.
Okay.
So you should be dead after the first orb is killed. Is when you have your 5th stack roughly. At that time is when you should have your 4 stacks when you die. And then what happens is that when you're dead, you're just collecting Titan Forging orbs. You won't be able to get the buff, but we need to start grabbing energy. And then you will pop back up after we kill the second orb, and Tesla will kill himself. And then from then on, Tesla is the collector.
So it's basically your Slayer does it until Tesla does it?
Yes, because your Slayer is going to die. There's no point in Tesla going down there and sacrificing DPS. It's no gain. Because we cannot get Titan Forging until after the second orb is dead. Yeah. There aren't enough orbs to get Titan Forging until 2 modules have died.
Do they all come out of the same place, or is it all over like on normal and heroic?
Do we all what?
The orbs you have to pick up, are they in one spot? Or are they all over the place? Like
they're
normal and
all
heroic?
over. The way you prioritize it, so the way Titan Forging works, and I'll go over that with Tesla too, but I want to do this after the break is over. I don't want to say it, then I have to repeat.
That's fine.
Can I steal your dog? If you want a tome, I can give you one.
I'm a cheap bastard.
I could have. I was not even gonna ask you to pay for it.
I know, but it's your money too.
I've
Why
been
spend
sitting
your
on
money when I can spend no money?
I've been sitting on these tomes for like a year.
So have I.
There's some in the bank too, and a tab that you can withdraw from.
Yeah, but we're on break anyways. It's no trouble to throw up a portal.
What are you
It's
talking
always
about?
trouble to
Look
go
at our
portal up.
warlocks.
That's true. We have the laziest warlocks on the server.
Garbs, were you going to be this Friday?
Home, Barry.
Oh, okay.
Sushi?
Always sushi.
Solo.
You should
Solo
go
it.
elusiveness too, man.
Oh. What?
I said you should probably go elusiveness too because we're gonna be soaking orbs phase 3.
No. Yeah. Yeah, but elusiveness doesn't help from.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Does it not? I
No,
would
it's
think
non-area
it wouldn't.
effect.
Are the orbs?
I think they
I'm
count
not
as.
exactly sure how the orb damage works. I don't know if it's direct damage or it's a dot or it's what. But I asked Alloy, and Alloy said elusiveness would help, so I went to elusiveness.
I'm pretty sure the orbs are AoE. I forgot that elusiveness is not. It's only.
Yeah, old elusiveness. Hell yeah, but
Changing expansions can be.
they changed it to non-area effect damage.
Yeah, I
because
didn't.
reasons.
Also, they made it cost
Alright.
energy with a
Yeah,
cooldown.
already
Alright,
cost
so
energy.
it's
But
just
with a
instant
cooldown.
damage. It's
Huh?
pure instant damage then. The orbs?
Non-area effect instant attacks for 30 or 5 seconds. But I don't
With
No,
like a
elusiveness
12-second
applies to
cooldown.
dots. I'm asking if the orb is a dot at all, if it has any sort of dot component. Or if they're all instant damage.
From what I've seen is instant damage and it just wrecks AoE. Dot wise, I don't believe so.
Okay, then I'm going cheat death. Because elusiveness is great for dots.
Because a lot of effects, if you have turtle up, if you get hit by effects, a lot of effects you still get the dot from there, right? Sometimes with turtle,
It
depending
depends
on
on
which.
the ability.
Because I see hunters soaking those orbs with turtle up all the time.
That's part of the reason hunters are used here at all.
I know with frost DKs or well, any DKs, they'll use their like I don't know if cloak works or AMS or any other abilities. They'll use it to they'll pop it right when a module comes up and just book it to the module without triggering rage. So I don't know if cloak works like that, but the frost DK that I followed that does this fight, that's how he uses his immunity. It's so you can like run through rage basically, because everybody's going to be stacking on the orbs, and while rage or not stacking, but
All right. Once everyone is everyone here?
I'm here. I'm just reclining. I don't feel like hitting ready.
Seems like a lot more work than just hitting ready.
I'm relaxing.
Everybody got your anger botas on?
I know both those people are here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just looking at what I can do.
Yeah, and we might go back to the 3 tank just to make that. I just wanted to get some initial strat on P3 tonight. We've been not hitting phase 3, so. So if everyone's here, I'm going to go over this real quickly. So when phase 3 starts, obviously when we push phase 2 correctly, we're all going to kill ourselves quickly so the pots go off cooldown immediately. So make sure that's happening. So when phase 3 starts, we all pop immediately, and you all just, everybody just, you can just stand where you're at. Melee can just stand there, just nuke into the boss. At the last second, Mad will do the kick on End of All Things. Every second helps on that, because the longer he's doing that cast, the more beneficial the last phase goes. Once that happens, I put a gateway up, but everyone's going to go, the raid is going to go to Moon, and the boss is going to be tanked on Diamond faced away from Moon. So the raid's pretty much stacked here, and the boss is going to be right here, and we're going to go where Burning Rush is going. Where I put the green marker is where the tree spawns. So if you notice, this is our start point, and we're going this way, and the green marker is where the tree spawns, and this is the suicide chains on 2 strat. If we're going to suicide on 3, we'll be going the opposite way, but we're doing 2 at the start. That's just going to be chained, so, you know, right now we're doing 2 on 2. So what happens is, once that goes on, we're just going to be stacked, and there's going to be, the ability is called modules. It's very similar to heroic modules. It's going to be called, for orb bait, what happens is that the orbs get bait on range. So we're going to have a lot of bait and spread mechanics on this in last phase. I'm going to throw up a weak aura to help with the orb bait. But what happens is that when orb spawns, we need to make sure it spawns, you know, right along the edge, because it grows outward, and we don't want it to be spawning in the middle of nowhere and covering up all the room. So before orb, we bait. So what's going to happen is that we go over here, dodge the blades. Once the blades happens, we spread for Sargeras. Once Sargeras goes assignments, then we come back here, and we anybody who doesn't have rage, any ranged, all ranged who don't have rage, the orb can target. So, you know, we've had all this stuff of who can target what. There's a new thing for orb. It's all ranged that do not have rage. We will bait the orb. When the orb spawns, it'll start, we all DPS it. It's going to start growing in a large circle. You do not run out of it. Everybody is going to stand here and kill it. You know, you stand into it and you kill it. So once it spawns, it's not like an instant it's going to kill you if you're inside the orb module. It's once it initializes and it finalizes the pull, that's when it's going to kill you. So while it's growing, before it initializes, you can stand here and you can hit it. We DPS it down. Once this is dead, By this time, the first tank should have his 5th stack, and he should basically be dead because he's gonna, the debuff on the tanks lasts permanently, so they have to die. When he's dead, he's gonna stay dead and start collecting the Titan forging stuff, start working on it, and then the tank swap's gonna happen. Then once this orb is down, we're gonna move forward and go to this next spot for the next module. Once we move forward, the first set of chains goes on, and this is where the phase 3 is all famous for. It's called the Chains of Sargeras debuff, and this is what we're going to be looking at for the rest of this expansion. What's going to happen is that 2 people are going to get Chains of Sargeras, and when you move 35, it's going to pin a post on you, and when you move 35 yards away from chains, it's going to snap, and the whole raid is going to take a shitload of dot damage. However, while you don't break, that person takes a lot of damage. So the way that this is going to happen is that this is heavily healer cooldown oriented, and I'll let Nada go over this with the healers. I put a rough, you saw the rough thing, Nada, that I posted. But the first set of chains, we're going to do the double break, which means that we're going to go ahead and healer cooldown it. We're going to use link, barrier, all the healer cooldowns, whatever. It's going to be used, and we're going to double chains, and we're going to heal through it. That's because it comes at a very favorable time and it can go off before rage hits. And so one of the toughest overlaps is chains plus tortured rage. And on the first set, we're just going to double break them and we're going to heal or cool down it. Once that happens, it's going to be the second orb. When the second orb goes on, when we kill it, the tank who was dead collecting the orbs will now spawn at the tree and come back to take the boss. And at this point, Tessa, you're going to get hit by the cleave and you're going to die. And you're going to start collecting orbs. And the way the orbs works is that you will go for the group of orbs over the single orb. So make sure you're just not running up blindlessly. Wear your Monarch. You're enhanced shaman. You're the best at doing it. This is what you're best at is, the dead stuff here, Tesla. So this is where you're supposed to shine.
You've been training for this the entire expansion.
Yep.
So the way it works is that at 20 energy, we gain 15% damage. And then it slowly scales up to at 50 energy, we get 20%, which is very unreasonable and very unlikely. So the main point is that you want to get to 20 energy and you'll get the buff. It's going to happen. We're not going to get it until after the second orb. And so after the second orb happens and we do that swap, the raid's going to keep doing and then what's going to happen is that there's going to be a spread for Sargeras. And then it's going to be a blades plus chain set number 2. We're going to dodge the blades over here, just like we did on the blades on the first part. But the second set of chains happens, we're all just going to die. So we just die. So, by the way, when we're at the second change, we're over here, by the way, because we start over there at Moon. So right now we're over here. And when we're dead, we should be suiciding on the second chain near the tree, which is green. So right here, we suicide when the second chains pop, and we should be near the tree, and that's the goal. What happens is that when we're all dead, don't immediately release, by the way. You just come back. The only person who stays alive are the tanks. Either one tank or both tanks. Both tanks can stay alive too. It doesn't matter if need be. But the rest of the raid dies, and then we all spawn immediately, and we res at this tree. When we res after the suicide, it's generally calm for a little bit. After the suicide is always your breather for a few seconds, so you can DPS into the boss. Tesla, because of this, you're going to pop up with us when we res after the suicide, and you're just going to blow your cooldowns into. What's going to happen is that there's going to be an orb bait, and you can blow your cooldowns into the orb bait, and then you'll die again, and then you'll stay dead for the rest of the fight. So, so then you'll die again, and then what's going to happen now is that now the fight gets. This is where the fight runs into hell for healers after this point. From then on, the chains.
Hold up a second, Alec. Do you want to come back to the rest of this later? And because, as Nada pointed out, that's a lot that we have to figure out first.
I would just like to hear it once.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. It's just I didn't know if you wanted to. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and Tesla, somebody point this out. Yes, if you when you're dying, try to die to something other than this cleave, so you don't proc orbs. I just got reminded that. So, fine. You're good at.
Die
You're
to
good
the
at.
second module, just staying there.
Yeah, you're good at this. Just find a way to die.
Yeah.
The crap on the ground will kill you very quick if you stand in it.
Yeah. So what happens is that when we spawn, there'll be a lot of, spread, and this is going to be a tough combination. So after we die, we do the bait. If you notice, you see the double asterisk. So it's going to be blades, and that'll be the last blades of the entire fight. Once the blades after the tree happens, there's no more blades. And what's going to happen is that this is when the shit gets interesting. It's on chain set 3 and 4. So what's going to happen is that we do a spread, and at the same time, there's going to be a bait plus chains. That means that after we spread, everybody has to look at their debuffs and see who needs escorts with the chains. What we're going to do is that we're not going to break doubles here. We might in a later strat, depending on what's going to happen, but it's really hard. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to call for one person to break, and the other one we're going to let expire. So there's going to be healer cooldowns for 3.1, which is the break, and a healer cooldown for 3.2, which is the hold, the expire. The tough overlap is going to be on the one that's expiring. That's going to overlap with Tortured Rage number 5, most likely. And I talked about a healer lust there. We will possibly be doing once we get past the tree. We will be doing what's called a healer lust, which we'll go over later. I'm not going to go over that right now because we can't activate a healer lust without having healers kill themselves in my room. So we'll do that later. But right now, what's going to happen is that it's a very tough transition. It will be chain set, 1 break, then the hold is going to expire and to Tortured Rage 5, and then he does back-to-back-to-back Tortured Rage within 3 seconds of each other. He'll do Tortured Rage 5, 3 seconds later Tortured Rage 6, 3 seconds later Tortured Rage 7. And that's a really tough healer transition point. If you're at DPS and you drop below 40%, you pop a Hellstone there, or you pop a personal, you will die.
So that's what was the timing?
So the way it works is that this is after we spawn from the tree. The fight that's when the fight kicks up to like the tough levels. Once we respawn from the tree, so we're up here, we respawn from the tree. So this is where we are out of the trees in this area. It's going to go, 2 people get targeted with chains, but unlike the first set where we broke them both together, we can't do that anymore right now. So one person is going to break their chains by walking 35 yards out, and one person is going to hold and let it expire. So immediately the person who breaks, he's going to cause raid-wide damage, and that has to have cooldowns for it, is chain set 3.1. Then when the person who holds, when his is expiring, that's 3.2 healer cooldowns. When 3.2 goes off, Tortured Rage 5 is going to hit at the same time, causing the tough overlaps, which is going to happen for the rest of the fight. So when 3.2 hits, which is a person who holds, when his chain breaks, it's going to go off with Tortured Rage number 5. And after that hits, we got to top the rate up because he does 2 more Tortured Rages immediately after, 6 and 7, within 4 seconds of each other. So it's big time damage with that combination. So that's the combination that happens right there, and that's what healers have to have healer cooldowns organized for. And then once that happens, it's pretty much a repeat for the chain set number 4. It's a spread for Sargeras, orb bait, kill the orbs, then while we're killing the orbs, once again, 1 break, 1 hold. And then on this one I had the timer set to where the first kind of overlaps. I feel like it's the same. I'm thinking that the one I watched, they broke their first one a little late. That's just why it happened. But the 4th set is very similar to the 3rd set in the exact order of how it works. It's going to be the break, and then the second one is going to hit, and it's going to be Tortured Rage 8, 9, 10. So it's the instant break chains plus then when the expiring chains hits, it's going to be, so 4.1 breaks immediately, no rage goes off. Then 4.2 happens, and when 4.2 happens, it's going to be Tortured Rage 8, and then 9, and then 10.
Do you know how long it is between, like, chains?
Yeah, so the way it happens is that there's a grace period. Whenever the chain is off, whenever chains gets assigned, you have 20 seconds before he starts casting Tortured Rage. And the debuff for chains is 10 to 12 10. Fuck. Basically, the way it works is that you get 20 seconds after the chains before Tortured Rage goes off, which means when you break the first one immediately, that one should not overlap with Tortured Rage, but the second one will, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you know how far between chain sets?
Oh. Timing
Trying to
wise.
plan cooldowns.
Oh, yeah, I do actually. I did plan this out. Yeah, I actually did do all this. Okay, I did the math. So the way it works is that I had it posted in Officer channel. Hold on. Actually, no, I know this from memory. So 2-minute cooldowns will be up for the third chain set. If all the healers use a cooldown on chain set number 1, 2-minute cooldowns will be up for chain set number 3, and 3-minute cooldowns will be up for the second part of chain set number 4. I did do this. I forgot I did the math.
Okay. All right. I think that's good.
So things like barrier and whatnot should be up for the 4th set, part 2, when the rages are hitting. And on the 5th chain sets, we are not breaking those guys, but it is important that whoever gets those chains, we keep them alive, because if they die, the chains will break. So we keep them alive. Now, I'm going to go over the rage. If you are ranged with rage, guess where you're standing this fight? The middle of the room. That middle circle of this room is where you DPS the boss if you get rage as ranged. Because orbs will not target you, so you will not spawn an orb module. I mean, you will not spawn a module on that area. And I've noticed a lot of hunters who get, no, they fixed that, Kia. That was a while ago. It used to be 3 chains, and immunities could work on it. And Blizzard said to stop the cheesing, 2 chains, but immunities don't work on it. Now, I will go over chains. You can break them instantly if you are a hunter, mage, or rogue. Feign Death will instantly break your chain, which is why whenever we get a 2 set and I see one go on a hunter, I will call a hunter to break this first, because they don't even have to run 35 yards. They can just feign, and it will break it immediately, and it saves the hassle of them running around. Mages can invis, and rogues can vanish. Now I know that's a DPS cooldown, whatever. But you can vanish, and it will break the chains. You can also cloak and run out. So I will point this out, that one of the tough things is that when people are breaking the chains, sometimes they have fear on them. They need an escort. And sometimes when they're trying to break it, if you have rage, you got to let them walk by. Like people have to be aware of where they're standing and let people go by. So there's going to be more and more people who have the Sargeras debuffs by the time this thing ends. So we have 5, he does 5 assignments from phases 1 to 2, and then he does another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assignments in phase 3, adding 1 person each time. So think about all the people who had debuffs at the end of phase 2, add 5 more on top of it, and that's how many people will have either fear or rage. So it's going to be clogged as hell. So you really have to be aware of what's going on. So.
And can we go over how to dodge blades again? Because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is that to make it easy, once we interrupt, everybody go to moon so we can dodge together. So what's going to happen is that when we hit moon, when the blades spawn, it's going to be RNG. The blades over here will either be spinning or not spinning. If they are spinning, you go into the empty spot, and once they're done spinning, you walk to where they were, and you stand there and wait for them to come across. If they weren't spinning, then you stand on top of the blade if they're not spinning, and once they start spinning, you move to the next spot.
Okay, so spinning's going to fly off, and then the shadows are where it's going to land.
Yeah, so if it's not spinning, stand on top of it. If it's spinning, stand in between it, and then move with us. Like you'll see people move with them to dodge the second one, to the where the next spot is. Does that make sense? So if we come over here and the blades here are immediately spinning, then we go into an empty spot and let them spin and move across, and then we move to where they were. If we go here and they're not spinning, then we stand on top of the blades. Once they start spinning, then move into the empty spot. Does that make sense?
Yeah. One more question. I just thought, what debuffs do we have during chains? Do we have like all the rage and fear and shit?
Yes, you will have people with rage and fear with chains. Chains is this fight on phase 3. Like, you're gonna have nightmares of chains for the rest of this fight.
Basically, trying to get at how well can we stack?
How well can we stack? We can stack really well on phase 3. Phase 3 positioning is actually, in my opinion, until after the tree. Before the tree, the positioning, the stacking is really easy. Everybody can stay stacked minus the range with rage. You can move out, but everybody should just be in one big clump for phase 3, minus the Sargeras plus the spread. I think
Alright,
we
so
need
use barrier, basically.
Yes, barrier is huge because what's going to happen is that we're just going to instantly break the first 2 chains. And when they break, everybody should just be stacked. And everybody should be under the barrier. Every cooldown should be pop 2, by the way, because since we're suiciding the second chains, the 2-minute cooldowns will be up on 3, and the 3-minute cooldowns will be up on 4. So
Me and Copper getting 1 and 4, Tor and Star getting 3.
Okay.
I think I have
And
AA
then-
right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's actually hit phase 3 again, so we can
So-
actually do this.
Just the chain break. What's the damage compared like to Tortured Rage? Like which one is worse? Like we don't need a cooldown for the first chain break, right? Just the second one overlapping the Tortured Rage is when the cooldowns
Chains are worse than Tortured Rage because Tortured Rage by itself you have never needed a cooldown for, really, in my opinion, unless there's an overlap with Blight, right? But chains by itself you still need a cooldown for, even with no overlaps. So chains is worse.
I'm only asking because it might actually come up at the start of phase. Soaking orbs while we have 2 tanks.
Yeah, it's gonna be done by rogues and hunters right now. This 2 tank thing is not final. I'm gonna look into this. So we needed to hit phase 3.
4, 3,
Spread.
1.
The might of sea and
Collapse.
Oh shit, that's rage.
Golganet.
I probably just spread that a bit. My bad.
It's fine.
Delay. It's only on you, man. You're good.
Okay.
Got him.
Pick it up.
Shockwave. Four, 3,
Melee spread.
1.
Ah, crap.
Oh, I got that before.
Spread.
I got it before too. Okay.
Shockwave.
Got him.
I was not in that bullshit.
I don't know, your health pool says otherwise.
Do you want to res them or do you
No,
want to
save it. Save it.
5 and 5. Double pot.
Got him.
Let him stew in his shame. No res.
4.
Grab it and spread.
Spread.
2 down. Got him.
Shockwave.
7 and 2. Grab it and hopefully push.
Got him.
You can't
No.
run in
down.
there and
That's a
grab
wipe.
that unless people clear out, Keto.
No, wipe it. Let's do it again.
Alright, just wipe it.
Cone me, daddy.
Let the fury of the sea
Fucking bullshit.
corrupt.
Yeah, I saw the guy's fear text pop up right over my head, and I thought it was me.
You didn't
So,
wipe it.
Yeah, the
You
only
didn't-
person who
Yeah, I
got the rage debuff was me because I had the fear, but I cloak it because reasons.
Yeah, I realized pretty quick, but I was just making sure that I didn't fuck anything up.
Yeah, I only saw you with the debuff class in that cloaked her, so I didn't see yours.
I cloak it because if it takes me too long, I don't even get the fear debuff either.
Yeah, it's hard to avoid getting at least one stack of fear when you're like all spread out everywhere.
Okay, now that I remember how to do phase 1, let's do it for real this time. Also, unless my recount is wrong, there were only 5 people pre-potted.
That's because
Yeah,
I was
early
late on my
call.
pot.
Yeah, I was lit on my pot too.
Okay. Let's play better.
Doing misdirect stuff.
Don't disappoint me.
5, 4,
I just pre-potted way early
2,
because it was on my mind.
aggro.
Master demands you do.
4, 3, spread.
Melee spread.
Sorry, Kita. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be to you, obviously.
Sea and sky must
Talking about me?
No, I'll tell you actually what I was saying earlier later. It's more of a joke than anything.
Delay.
Got him.
Shockwave. Run out. 4, 3,
Melee spread.
spread. 1.
Go puff.
crap.
Delay.
Shockwave.
I got him.
Nice, that was messy, but we got it.
Second.
No deaths,
second.
no injuries.
5 and 5.
Got him.
Crap.
I'm gonna escort.
4,
Grab and spread.
3, spread. 1.
I got him.
So rage.
Well, that's a rage, Kita.
Um,
7 and 2.
we need to get Cobb up as soon as we
have buff.
There's a lot of rage on the range.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Alright.
Run away.
I just held still once I had it. I wasn't spread enough, but about 5 people ran right through me once I had it.
Because we had to collapse for the cone. You need to make sure it's off to the side. As best you can.
I go to claim your prize.
Stay spread for cone. I meant collapse for cone.
So I'll get us going.
Yep.
I would like to see Scar with it because he's like 10 miles away from everyone mailing the boss.
It looks like he's just like pawing at butterflies or something. Like, what do you?
That's what he does for fun, isn't it?
Reload my UI quick.
Well, the Rockets went on a reverse run.
That happens.
To them a lot.
Everyone has a Vantis rune, by the way. Just checking.
Sorry, my raid frames are all messed up.
Oh no, I don't have a Vantis. I also don't have a flask. I don't have any poisons. And I could use a neck enchant.
Holy
That was a
fuck,
joke.
really?
Okay,
Of course not.
okay, Aqua Glaze.
I was gonna say Ocha Glaives.
Actually,
Nah.
if anything, Ephedrine doesn't have a ring enchanted.
Wait,
Oh
are you
shit.
serious?
Oh!
Oh
Did I
my
say that out loud?
god, he doesn't.
3,
Effie, you there?
2, 1. Aggro.
Yeah, look at the meters.
He's
over
dead.
here.
Exposed live on air.
3, spread. 1.
How will his dignity survive?
Of sea and sky must
Digna what?
aid our champions, Golganet.
Delay.
Got him.
Shockwave.
I almost fucked that up.
4, 3, spread.
Melee spread.
Got him. That crit buff.
Kita.
Took him too early.
I just got.
Crit's in front of the boss.
It's a wave.
Oof.
Yeah,
So,
the rage attacks are out of control again.
What happened there, Kia, that you ran into the group with the rage for just a second and then ran out?
He's anticipating not getting it, so he's trying to get in early.
Yeah, basically.
Stop it.
It's the He hasn't DPS this fight that much.
Alright, someone get this man a ring enchant.
I'm an enchanter. You shut your mouth.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's even worse.
There's a recent gear change, right? I don't want to hear it.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I think you're gonna hear it whether you want
Is
to or
Aqua still
not.
here?
Yeah, that sounds like a replacement right there.
Mm-hmm.
I do like seeing how many people are using the drain or enchants on their cloaks still, though.
I do. I love it.
It's an upgrade for me.
It's not for me, though.
Now I've got even more haste, so you other
I,
healers are
I think
more
if
fun.
it's fairly close, it's probably better for most people, but it has to be pretty close.
Mine's
It's not.
Mine's DPS upgrade and utility upgrade.
Yeah, mine is just straight up an upgrade, so it's pretty
Maybe
easy.
for range, but like, and maybe a
It is
death
for
knight.
me.
Warriors. I was gonna say warriors are stat whores, so.
Though I guess maybe outlaw rogue if they're using the boots.
Actually, I might have killed Agrimar with that ring.
Wait,
Oh
what?
boy.
Exposed.
Wait,
Should've-
4 weeks ago?
Just shut up.
A month long while you're an
Seems
enchanter.
like a year ago with this.
I don't play outside of Argus.
Roll. 4, 3,
Yeah, Aquafox blind on.
Melee spread.
It's your encouragement.
The might of sea and sky must aid our champions, Golganet.
Delay.
Got him.
Grab. You should be already.
shockwave.
Got him. I taunted early again.
Melee spread.
I get the buff.
Run out. Spread.
Crap.
Delay.
Shockwave.
Yeah, fuck, I got a little close there. Sorry, guys.
Got him.
Didn't clip anybody, you're fine.
5 and 5.
Crap.
I'll need an escort.
Shockwave.
It's gonna reassign here in a second with you. Alright.
Spread.
Grab and spread.
Roll. Hold for 3.
Yep.
Got him.
Rachel, go, got you.
Shockwave.
7 and 2.
Oh, bullshit.
Run out.
I got buff.
It's a gift for enchanting cloak.
Get him.
3 dead.
And a healer.
Wash away.
He's pushed.
We beat the check, but I don't know. This is where it is.
Probably want to. You have to get if
I'm
you can get
repositioning
anybody.
him a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like going without down a healer. Let's make this really
We'll
hard.
have a res. We'll be down 2 DPS.
You have one right now.
Yeah, but we'd like to say that for the second healer. Let's push and see
Take
what
it.
happens. Yeah, take it.
Oh, this is good.
I completely stopped
Spread.
even DPSing.
Yes.
That second.
Got him.
1.
Target.
Help people around. Yes, that's it. Rage.
Detonate soon.
Stay Stay in a circle. Don't let him run fear by himself. Yeah.
I think I had to escort back.
Spread,
My bad.
spread.
I got him.
Whoever's actually going to diamond.
This is gonna be rough with 4 DPS down.
Let's give people a little practice here. A little more. Still rough on even on a push.
4,
Next one's going to be the split.
2, 1.
Ah, crap.
They're going to split. Bombs on circle.
Oh, I got diamond.
Oh, pick a direction, Tesla. Got it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread, 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 spread. Look around you, look around you. Help, help, help.
Ah, crap.
Got him.
It's gonna be a bomb here. Whoever's got it needs heals.
I'm one person doing what I can.
It's gonna be on you again. Or circle.
Oh, push him. Good luck.
Detonate soon.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, this is rough. It's too much bleeding on DPS. We're all dead.
Yeah, Albums, I wasn't talking about you escorting back. That was whoever the other soul bomb person was should have been in the fear circle.
Okay.
Or the fear person could have slowed down and waited for the person that was behind them. Can't
I
just
was
run by
even
themselves.
using speed boost.
2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
I go to claim your prize.
Hey, we survived a pretty decent time there without a healer.
Yeah, we did.
Starfall was the
if
last
spread-
to the end.
If
Starfall was
spread
the last
wasn't
to the
on
end.
cooldown there, I wouldn't have died.
I'm gonna do a last pull here, guys.
Unless we died at first cone, then we're doing another last pull.
Yeah, we should have time for 2 if we get them in fast.
You mean if we wipe fast?
If
I
we
think
don't
we'll
hit
just
card
get
3.
It's fine.
We're not wiping, we're going back to P3. Let's do it. I have a large bet riding on this.
It's weird that Aqua's not here and we keep getting people swapping. I'm confused. Thought he was the only one that was a swap blaster. That was fun.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aggro.
Melee spread.
3. Spread. 1.
The might of
Spread.
sea and sky must aid our champions, Golganet.
Delay.
Got him.
Grab it.
Shockwave. 4.
Melee spread.
Spread. 1. Run out.
Buff.
Delay.
Shockwave.
Got him.
Bad cone.
I think people saw it. Five and 5. Second pots.
Shockwave. 4.
Grab and spread.
2. Spread. 1.
Got him.
Shockwave.
7 and 2.
Run away.
Let the fury of the sea wash away.
Must be nice
Got
to
'em.
just run across the cone albums.
Can you guys get a second? Can you move away from the crit mastery? I need room here, new room. Thank you. Get way up. Actually, no. Cancel. Spread.
Spread. Watch your step.
Second.
Got him.
2, 1.
Ah, crap.
Move faster. Oh fuck. That was totally
How
my
did
fault.
that happen?
That was totally my fault.
Bard it on him.
Move too fast.
No.
It's got cooldowns.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
Dang.
Earthslayer, quick.
Yeah, we use it on albums. This is
He delayed his scythe, and so Smoldering Titan Guard was off cooldown by the time he hit me.
You can stagger it, right?
Crap.
As a
I need an escort. It's a white, but I need.
I
an escort.
mean, he can
I
stagger
can't.
one
I can't.
tank.
I'd escort you ally, but I can't. I have rage.
4, 3,
I'll have it.
Albums can go over 5.
Yeah.
As long as he's getting healed.
Alright, once you
Well, there's a rage. Now it's.
yeah, it's a white. But hit phase 3. I will
Doing one more or no?
post a video similar to the strat that I have here too at some point before tomorrow, so you can all look at that. But let's get back in here and work on phase 3 tomorrow. So
We're getting close, boys.
Proud of you all.
Girl.
And Timmy?
Give you all an e-hug.
Progression.
No, I'm a little boy.
Can we rename the guild if we kill it?
Yes.
The little Timmy's pee-pee?
I will say this: that's the last phase you'll ever have to learn for this expansion. So.